The initial and final void ratios of a clay sample in a consolidation test are 1 and 0.5 respectively. If the initial thickness of the sample is 2.4 cm, then its final thickness will be A 1.3 cm, B 1.8 cm, C 1.9 cm, D 2.2 cm. The correct answer is 1.8 cm. Cohesion is 15 kN/m². The unit weight of soil is 20 kN/m². The factor of safety is 1.5 and stability number is 0.05. The safe maximum height of the slope is A 5.0 m, B 8.0 m, C 10.0 m, D 12.0 m. The correct answer is 10.0 m. As per practice of Indian Railways, the grade compensation provided for BG on curves is A 0.5 degree, B 0.2 degree, C 0.4 degree, D 0.15 degree. The correct answer is 0.4 degree. In cement concrete pavements, tie bars are installed in A. Expansion joints, B. Contraction joints, C. Warping joints, D. Longitudinal joints. The correct answer is longitudinal joints. A cantilever beam of T cross-section carries uniformly distributed load. Where does the maximum magnitude of the bending stress occur? A. At the top of cross-section, B. At the junction of flange and web, C. At the mid-depth point, D. At the bottom of the section. The correct answer is at the bottom of the section. Which of the following are claimed as advantageous in respect of aerobic sludge digestion as compared to anaerobic sludge digestion? 1. Lower body concentration in supernatant liquor. 2. Production of a sludge with excellent dewatering propensity. 3. Greater production of methane. 4. Lesser operating cost. 5. Lesser capital cost. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. A 1, 2 and 4. B 2, 3, 4 and 5. C 3, 4 and 5. D 1, 2 and 5. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 5. Which one of the following statements is not correct? A. Control section in an open channel is the site A. where the flow quantity can be controlled, B. at which flow is known to be critical, C. where the discharge can be measured, D. where the specific energy is determined. The correct answer is at which flow is known to be critical. For a given storm, other factors remaining same. A. Basins with large drainage densities give smaller flood peaks. B. Low drainage density basins give shorter time bases of hydrographs. C. The flood peak is independent of the drainage density. D. Basins having low drainage density give smaller peaks in flood hydrographs. The correct answer is basins having low drainage density give smaller peaks in flood hydrographs. Two small orifices A and B of diameters 1 cm and 2 cm respectively are placed on the sides of a tank at depths of h1 and h2 below the open liquid surface. If the discharges through A and B are equal, then the ratio of h1 and h2 assuming equal CD values will be A 16:1, B 8:1, C 4:1, D 2:1. The correct answer is 16:1. The moment of inertia of a square cross-section of side B about its diagonal is A before 3, B before 6, C before 8, D before 12. The correct answer is before 12. What is the ratio of the permissible bearing stress in power-driven shop rivets relative to the yield stress of mild steel? A 1.0, B 0.8, C 0.6, D 0.4. The correct answer is 0.8. If the methyl orange alkalinity of water equals or exceeds total hardness, all of the hardness is A. Non-carbonate hardness, B. Carbonate hardness, C. Pseudo-hardness, D. Negative non-carbonate hardness. The correct answer is carbonate hardness. Which one of the following statements is correct? The number of unknowns to be determined in the stiffness method is equal to A. The static indeterminacy, B. The kinematic indeterminacy, C. The sum of kinematic indeterminacy and static indeterminacy, D. 2 times the number of supports. The correct answer is the sum of kinematic indeterminacy and static indeterminacy. If the diameter of a shaft subjected to torque alone is doubled, then the horsepower P can be increased to A. 16 P, B. 8 P, C. 4 P, D. 2 P. The correct answer is 8 P. Consider the following factors: 1. Mass of ships to be berthed; 2. Overall transit time; 3. Speed of berthing; 4. Environmental conditions of the port. Which of these factors are taken into account while selecting the type of fender system? A. 1, 2, and 3. B. 2, 3, and 4. C. 1, 3, and 4. D. 1 and 4. The correct answer is 1, 3, and 4. Which one of the following statements is correct with respect to rigid pavements? A. Vertical stresses are transmitted to the lower layer through the points of contact in granular structure. B. Vertical compressive stress is maximum on the pavement surface directly under the wheel load. C. Lower layers have to take lesser magnitudes of stress. D. Stresses on rigid pavements are transmitted to a wider area of subgrade. The correct answer is vertical compressive stress is maximum on the pavement surface directly under the wheel load. Consider the following statements: selection of the type and grade of the bituminous binder is made on the basis of 1. Cost of the binder material, 2. Climatic conditions of the area and the construction technique, 3. Degree of importance of the road, 4. Thickness of pavement layer to be constructed. Which of these statements is correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. 1, 2, and 4, D. 1, 2, and 3. The correct answer is 2 only. Consider the following statements: 1. Welded structures are usually lighter than riveted structures. 2. Welding allows the arrangement of structural components in such a manner that the joint provides maximum efficiency. 3. During welding the members do not get distorted. Of these statements, A. 1, 2, and 3 correct, B. 1 and 2 are correct, C. 2 and 3 are correct, D. 1 and 3 are correct. The correct answer is 1, 2, and 3 correct. Which is the major pollutant present in photochemical smog? A. Pan, B. S02, C. HC, D. N02. The correct answer is N02. What are the bending moments at the ends A and B of a uniform beam AB fixed in direction and position at A and B when acted upon by two concentrated loads at L third span as shown in the figure? A. 29 WL, B. 49 WL, C. 69 WL, D. 89 WL. The correct answer is 29 WL. Due to rise in temperature, the viscosity and unit weight of percolating fluid are reduced to 70 and 90 respectively. Other things being constant, the change in coefficient of permeability will be A. 20.0, B. 28.6, C. 63.0, D. 77.8. The correct answer is 20.0. The correct sequence of the sludge digestion steps is A. Acid formation, hydrolysis, methane formation, B. Methane formation, acid formation, hydrolysis, C. Hydrolysis methane formation acid formation. D. Hydrolysis acid formation methane formation. The correct answer is hydrolysis acid formation methane formation. Consider the following statements. Kiln seasoning of timber results is 1. Reduced density. 2. Reduced life. 3-dimensional stability. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1, 2 and 3. B. 1 only. C. 2 and 3. D. 1 and 3. The correct answer is 1 and 3. The approximate ratio of strength of 15 cm x 30 cm concrete cylinder to that of 15 cm cube of the same concrete is A. 1.25. B. 1.00. C. 0.85. D. 0.50. The correct answer is 0.85. Consider the following characteristic of soil layer. 1. Poisson's ratio. 2. Young's modulus. 3. Finite nature of soil layer. 4. Effect of water table. 5. Rigidity of footing. Westergaard's analysis for pressure distribution in soils utilizes A. 1, 3, 4 and 5. B. 2, 3, 4 and 5. C. 3, 4 and 5. D. 1 and 2. The correct answer is 1 and 2. Consider the following statements associated with the laws of weights in the theory of arrows. 1. If an equation is multiplied by its own weight, then the weight of the resulting equation is equal to the reciprocal of the weight of the equation. 2. The weight of the algebraic sum of two or more quantities is equal to the reciprocal of the sum of the individual weights. 3. If the quantity of a given weight is multiplied by a factor, then the weight of the result is obtained by dividing its given weight by the square root of that factor. 4. If the quantity of a given weight is divided by a factor, then the weight of the result is obtained by multiplying its given weight by the square of that factor. Of these statements, A. 1 and 4 are correct. B. 2 and 3 are correct. C. 3 and 4 are correct. D. 1 and 3 are correct. The correct answer is 1 and 3 are correct. The chassis coefficient C is related to Darcy-Weisbach friction factor F as A. CG8F, B. C6GF, C. C8GF, D. CF8G. The correct answer is C8GF. What is the maximum permissible longitudinal pitch in staggered riveted compression joints? A. 500 mm. B. 400 mm. C. 300 mm. D. 100 mm. The correct answer is 300 mm. For determining the forces in the members of a truss by graphic statics, the method of substitution will be required in the case of A. Fink truss, B. Howe truss, C. King post truss, D. Warren truss. The correct answer is Fink truss. A Rankine oval half-body PP is subjected to a two-dimensional flow x-y coordinate directions from origin O with uniform velocity v resulting in typical streamlines as shown in the figure by dotted lines. The point A on the body surface is A. Separation point, B. Stall point, C. Stagnation point, D. Point of maximum velocity. The correct answer is stagnation point. A projectile is fired horizontally with a velocity of 6 ms from a point of height hm above and 12 m away from an object. What is the value of h required so that projectile hits the object? A. 4.9 m, B. 9.8 m, C. 6 m, D. 19.6 m. The correct answer is 19.6 m. A car negotiates a curve on a slippery road at a constant speed of 10 ms. If the coefficient of friction is 0.5, what is the minimum radius of the arc in which the car can turn? A 20 m, B 10 m, C 5 m, D 4 m. The correct answer is 20 m. Grid lines on a map sheet can be plotted mechanically by means of A. Rotometer, B. Pantograph, C. Coordinatograph, D. Stereometer. The correct answer is coordinatograph. A municipal sewage has bought 5 of 200 mg L. It is proposed to treat it and dispose of into a marine environment. For what minimum efficiency should the sewage treatment plant be designed? A 85, B 60, C 50, D 33.67. The correct answer is 85. As the state of strain of an element of dense sand changes from plane strain to trivial condition, the effective angle of internal friction A increases, B decreases, C remains constant, D first increases and then remains constant. The correct answer is decreases. The force in member 1 of the truss shown in the given figure is A 40 compressive, B 36 tensile, C 16 tensile, D 20 tensile. The correct answer is 16 tensile. High alumina cement is produced by fusing together a mixture of A. limestone and bauxite, B. limestone bauxite and gypsum, C. limestone gypsum and clay, D. limestone gypsum bauxite clay and chalk. The correct answer is limestone and bauxite. The declination of a star is 2115 n at a latitude of 4330 n. The zenith distance at the upper culmination is A 2215, B 2115, C 6445, D 4330. The correct answer is 2215. Consider the following statements. Ventilation of sewer lines is necessary to 1. Avoid building up to sewer gases. 2. Ensure atmospheric pressure in the wastewater surface. 3. Ensure the safety of sewer maintenance people. 4. Provide oxidation facility to sewage. Which of these statements are correct? A 1, 2 and 4. B 1, 3 and 4. C 2, 3 and 4. D 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. For fish habitat in a river, the minimum dissolved oxygen required is A 2 mg L, B 4 mg L, C 8 mg L, D 10 mg L. The correct answer is 4 mg L. A clay soil specimen when tested in unconfined condition gave an unconfined compressive strength of 100 kNm2. A specimen of the same clay with the same initial condition is subjected to a UU triaxial test under a cell pressure of 100 kNm2. The axial stress in kNm2 at failure would be A 150, B 200, C 250, D 300. The correct answer is 200. A propped cantilever of span 4 m is fixed at A and propped at B. The beam carries a u.d.l of 1 tm over the entire span. The reaction at B is A 5 2t, B 2t, C 1t, D 3 2t. The correct answer is 3 2t. The spacing of tile drains to relieve waterlogged land is directly proportional to the A. depth of drain below the ground surface, B. depth of impervious strata from the drain, C. depth of drain below the water level, D. coefficient of permeability of the soil to be drained. The correct answer is coefficient of permeability of the soil to be drained. 4 bolts share the load P as shown in the figure. The shearc strength of bolt is 30 kN and tension strength of bolt is 40 kN. Which one of the following is the value of P? A. 96 kN, B. 105 kN, C. 117 kN, D. 134 kN. The correct answer is 134 kN. The object of chain and cross staff survey is to 1. Locate the boundaries of an area. 2. Plot the figure to a scale. 3. Find the area of the plot. 4. Find the reduced levels of the plot. Which of the above statements are correct? A. 1, 2, 3 and 4. B. 1, 2 and 3. C. 1 and 2. D. 4 alone. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3.